Hi everyone, Crafty Decoria coming at you with another farmhouse DIY. I had such a great response with the farmhouse rooster shelf, that I had a couple of those garden fences left over and decided to make another wall decor piece. And so today I bring you the farmhouse fork and spoon wall decor piece. And I hope you enjoy it just as much as the last one. So I will go over the list of things that you will need and then we will jump into the tutorial. I hope you enjoy. 2 garden fences, popsicle sticks, a mirror, a pack of rulers, 2 come in a pack, fork and spoon set, some craft acrylic paint, a permanent marker, a self-adhesive stencil, some jute twine, 3 come in a pack, 2 metal tin cans, some craft glue, your hot glue gun, glue sticks, and E6000 glue. Let's begin. Okay, so now you will remove any tags. Then you will place one garden fence right side up and you will turn the other one so it is upside down. Now you want the bottoms touching, and where those 2 thicker posts are, or the picks, you will glue the one side and then place the other one on top and let that dry. Okay, so now we need to make a couple of panels to glue to the side of our garden fence. So what I'm using for that are popsicle sticks. Now you will measure depending on what type of garden fence you choose. If you choose the exact same ones that I have, then I measured 28 popsicle sticks. Then what I do is I just lay them down, and you can just keep one popsicle stick on the side just to keep everything lined up. Then I just take a popsicle stick, once I have my popsicle sticks laid down, my 28, apply some hot glue and then just place that down. And this way you will form your panel, which will look like this. Now you can leave your popsicle sticks the way that they are, but I wanted mine to be a little bit darker, so I went ahead and I took my acrylic paint and I just mixed it with some water because I actually wanted it to have more of a stained finish. And then you just apply that on. In some areas you can brush it on darker, in some areas you can brush it on a little bit lighter. And once you've done that, you will have your panel that looks like this. I then went ahead and took that same watered down paint and applied it to the front of my rulers so that they would match the panels on the side of the garden fence. Okay, so after washing and drying your can, you are going to apply some craft glue to it and wrap the can from top to bottom with the jute twine. Now I left the bottom of the can exposed. I did not cover the tin. Now we will be attaching our fork and spoon to our cans, and I just used my hot glue. I applied the glue to the top and the bottom and then placed the fork and spoon, press tightly, and let that dry. There we have them, and it really is that simple. Okay, so now we are going to glue our panel onto our garden fence. Now, as you can see, I've turned my fence to the back side, and I am going to glue this down from this thicker post and then go over 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to leave a space before the last post. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my E6000 glue, and as you can see, there's these squares that join the posts together for your garden fence. That is where I will be putting the glue. Now first I'm going to apply the E6000. My panel starts at the very top to the very bottom. Okay, then I'm going to take my hot glue gun and I'm just going to apply some hot glue just so that it will bond. I then laid my panel down, and you just want to hold that firmly in place for, you know, at least a minute or so. Then you can actually go ahead and apply a weight to it. It's time to glue our mirror in place. Now, just to give you an idea, here is the thicker post, and here's the other thicker post of the garden fence. So I want my mirror to lay right in the center. Now I will be leaving a gap on each side of the thicker garden post. So there'll be a gap here and a gap here. And where I'm going to apply my E6000 glue and hot glue, just the same as I did with my panels, will be along these rows here. Okay, only instead of placing the glue on that little plastic square, I'm going to be placing it on the post because that's what the mirror will be touching. So I will just put the glue here, 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 and then here. And then I will just lay my mirror in place. And it should look like that. Now you go ahead and take your stencil and your 2 rulers. This stencil was a steal to find at the Dollar Tree. I know at Walmart I did get one very similar and I paid over $7, so this was a real find at the Dollar Tree. Now on the top ruler I just stenciled out blessed, and then on the bottom I stenciled out beyond measure. Okay, so now we are going to make our jute twine ropes. We will be making 3. One will be to hang the wall decor piece, and then the other 2 will be to embellish the mirror. We will have 1 rope at the top and 1 rope at the bottom, and those ropes will wrap around to the back and I will glue them. And so again, they serve as an embellishment for the mirror, but also an extra security for that mirror to stay in place. So the way I do that is I take my jute twine, and all I do to measure my rope is I just go from one end of the garden fence to the other, and then I cut that. You will cut 2 more pieces. Once you have your 3 pieces, you will then tie a knot at the top, and then you will braid your jute twine. When you get to the bottom, you just tie another knot and you end up with your jute twine rope. Now when you are measuring for the 2 that will go around the top and the bottom of the mirror, I measure the exact same way, only I add an extra 3 inches to that braided jute twine rope. So I'm going to go ahead and cut all my ropes, braid them together, and then we will glue them on to our mirror and garden fence. Okay, so now as you can see, I've already glued the top jute twine rope to the top of the mirror. Now all you're going to do is lay out your rope from one end of the garden fence to the other, and then where the rope is meeting the mirrored frame, you just apply some glue along the bottom of that frame and just apply your jute twine until you reach the end of the frame. Okay, so now you will turn the garden fence around and you will just string the two ends through the bottom of the picket fence. Once you've done that, you just tie them together and then lay them down, apply some hot glue and hold that in place. Now you take your third jute twine rope, which will be what hangs our wall decor piece, and at both ends where the knots are, you just lay them into the two thicker posts of your garden fence. I used hot glue first and then went over with some E6000 glue and let that dry. Now this part is totally optional, which is why I didn't include it in the list of supplies. I just went along the back, measured out the size of the mirror and the two panels, cut some poster board, and then just edged it with some jute twine and then glued that to the back of my piece to have a nicer finished look. Next, I took my rulers and glued them to the top and the bottom, just above and below that mirrored frame. And I just used my hot glue and they fit perfectly. They reached both thicker posts on either side of the mirror, so it worked out great. And now the last thing we have to do is glue down our cans. I decided to offset mine from the popsicle stick panel just so that you'd still be able to see some of the panel, especially if you're putting flowers inside of this, then you still can see it. So now we have finished our DIY and I will show you the final look. Well everyone, here it is, our farmhouse wall decor fork and spoon piece. And I am loving how this turned out. I think that it is so beautiful. And as you can see right now, I have it placed in my kitchen. This, however, will all be renovated and will become my dining room. But I will definitely be making another one of these to place on the other side of this window, and I am going to love it. And the great thing is, I mean, with the cans on the side of the garden fence, you can really change it up for every season. I have inserted the Dollar Tree LED battery operated candles. And what I did was I just purchased the wet foam from the Dollar Tree. It comes in a cylindrical shape, so they fit perfectly into the can. And then I just placed the candles on top. And I think that it gives it such a beautiful, romantic, glowy look. And I am just absolutely loving this. And that's the thing too, you know, I really enjoy making pieces, again, as I said, where you can change them up. So if you want to place flowers, you can. If you want to place candles, you can. If you want to put some candy in there, you can do that too. But at least you're always giving it new life, as I said earlier. And I really, really enjoy pieces that you can do that with. So it is now getting late, guys, and another day, another DIY. And I really hope, again, that you enjoyed this DIY just like my other ones. I really had a good response with the farmhouse rooster shelf. I had a couple more of these garden fences laying around, and this popped into my mind and I wanted to share with all of you. So if you did enjoy this DIY, please like, share, and subscribe if you already haven't. And as always, guys, take care of yourselves, and I hope to catch you in my next video. Bye-bye.